Welcome to the Cosmos DeFi and NFT channel. I'm talking about Cardania today and their recently released white paper version 2, which they refer to as their rad paper. Cardania is an NFT gaming and metaverse project that has been in development for about a year. It's on the Cardano blockchain, and it was actually one of the first NFT collections that I minted, maybe the first NFT collection. And I've been following this project very closely for quite some time. I do hold a bunch of their assets. I've covered them on this channel before, so I will link those videos in the description below. I would especially recommend you watch at least some of the interview with their creator, Chris, who gave me a sneak peek at this rad paper so that I can make this wonderful video for you. So, the RAD paper, or as most projects will call it, the white paper. A RAD refers to their in game currency, and I would call this paper one of the most, if not the most straightforward that I've ever seen. I will pull out some of the highlights so that it will help you understand the direction of the project and how the various moving parts fit together, including the different NFTs collections that fit under this Cardania brand. So please enjoy the video. And of course, if you have 15 or 20 minutes, read their rad paper. I would consider it a must read for any NFT buyer who wants exposure to gaming or metaverse type projects. And I would also appreciate it if you find this content helpful. Subscribe to the channel. You could ask questions on the thread below. Like, share would also help me out. I appreciate that. As a reminder, I am not recommending that you buy any NFT or any digital asset on any blockchain. I consider crypto to be extremely risky. And even though I do own a bunch of NFTs, I collect them, it's my hobby. I'm not a financial advisor. Use my channel for informational purposes only. Make your own decisions, do your own research when it comes to NFTs, crypto, any other digital assets. Here is the rad paper, and my goal is not to read the whole rad paper to you. It's 41-page PDF, but the text is chunked really neatly, and anybody can follow this even if you are stumbling onto the project for the first time. So let's check it out. I want to start with the overview. In my opinion, if an NFT project is not able to convey the purpose of their project basically in a tweet, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to spend 3 days trying to figure out what the project is about. Well, here you go. It's on one page. This is what it is. It says, we're building an ecosystem of games which utilizes a common set of on chain currency, tokenized resources, and NFTs. And here are the multiple games. We have a deck building card game called Enter the Ultraverse, Epic Wars, land based strategy game, Eradication. Um, this is an arena game. This is explained later in the paper, and then some other mini games. So in a tweet, the project can convey the purpose of what they're doing, and it will either get people interested or not. There'll be no one confused, which I like about this. There are a few pages of lore. It's cool to read through that. You could see what the little bit of, you learn a little bit about the project creators reading the lore. But I want to quick point out um, something in the game called quantum dark energy. This is an important resource, a very scarce resource in the game. They explain the purpose of it as far as the lore goes, and then the summoning pool. The summoning pool is the stake pool of the project. They're actual stake pool operators. However, it plays a role in the game. So it says that the summoning pool lives at the center of the megastructure, which is Cardania. And this is kind of a recurring theme throughout the game. And then as we get deeper into it, there's several different factions you might want to familiarize yourself with. Got Solar Barbarians, Void Priest, so on and so on and so on. This is right at the beginning of the rad paper. Gives you a solid background of, like I said, what the game is about, the backstory. Here's some information about the summoning pool. You can click here to see how they're doing. They have several million tokens delegated to them right now. And speaking of tokens, they have a very detailed page on their in-game currency. Now, what I do like about this is a lot of is given to the tokenomics. You could see that there's a uh, allocation here where 25% goes to the game, need rewards, and there was a pre-sale. I was not part of that. I had to buy my RAD tokens on an exchange, and they are on MinSwap. You could supply liquidity for RAD and ADA on MinSwap. It will be very interesting to see how these gaming tokens work out on Cardano. And you could see back to the tokenomics, there are several sources of sinks, several sources of faucet, and sinks are ways that RAD is removed from the economy, and faucets are ways that RAD is added into the economy. So what's nice about this is it's not just straight inflation diluting the holders and exploding the supply of the tokens. I think a lot of thought was given to this. I'd like to see how this works out because I do hold a bunch of these tokens myself. Here are the terraforms. The terraforms are the lands within Cardania. There are 20,000 of them. And you could see that there are 10 different categories of these terraforms. Um, there are different rarities of these. You could see them on the secondary market if you wanted to search through it. Um, I want to focus on the prismatic lands over here. The prismatic lands, there are only 250 out of the 20,000. And these are exceptionally rare. And these are the lands that generate that quantum dark energy I briefly mentioned before. All terraforms do have some common um, traits and abilities to produce various resources, but the quantum dark energy is only produced on these from these prismatic lands. I do have two of these. Actually, one of mine will be on the secondary market, and I think they are probably these are probably the main NFTs so far under the Cardania brand, and these generated a lot of interest. They minted and were airdropped about 6 months ago. You could sift through the different types on the secondary market, get a feel for the different floor prices for the different traits. And if you do not own any assets, this would probably be a good place to start looking. Now, I did mention resources. There are 40 different resources, and you also have the RAD, the in-game currency. These resources actually get harvested from your lands. What do I mean by that? Well, it's kind of like NFT staking. You would every epoch, right, every 5 days, you would go to this website, you sync your wallet, and you're able to harvest your resources. You could do this once per epoch. And like I mentioned before, different lands have different attributes. They have different capabilities in terms of actually harvesting these resources. These resources are fungible tokens. They're actually on the blockchain. So this is the in-game economy. I don't know how far along some other projects are at developing their in-game economy, but you could think of this like farming or like staking an NFT. You start collecting these resources, and as the games kick off, they will be used in all the different games. This is the Living Land site. This is what the screen actually looks like when you harvest those resources. The way it works is you send like 5.3 ADA, you get back 4 point something ADA plus all the resources. And um, yes, you do have to send some ADA, but keep in mind you're getting a bunch of it back. It's just to facilitate the transaction. These are on chain. More with the living lands. We're not going to get into every trait. We're not going to get into every resource. But um, what causes these lands to produce RAD tokens is the power level. And there is a mathematical formula. You could take a look here. And searching on CNFT tools will allow you to see the different prices for the different power levels. I think most people are buying these living lands, these terraforms, uh, based on either power level, or the specific resource that each type of land produces. And you could see there are different rarities for the different levels of power, and they will produce some amount of rad tokens. The rad token production is not only based on the power level. The rad token production is actually tied to the stake pool, the summoning pool. So depending on how well the stake pool does in that epic, there will be more or less tokens to distribute to those that are harvesting. It is important to note you must be delegated to the stake pool in order to harvest the resources from your land. Keep that in mind. Right? This is a way for the stake pool to share in the rewards that they get for doing their job, for minting blocks. Another attribute that is common to the terraforms is something called quantum flux. Quantum flux, along with the success of the stake pool, the summoning pool, will produce energy. So power level, rad tokens, quantum flux energy. That was not the original function of quantum flux. Quantum flux was meant for something else, and utility has since been changed. And you'll see that as a theme with Cardania. They are generally trying to optimize the utility for a lot of their outstanding tokens. So don't be surprised if something changes. Don't be surprised if there are several possibilities discussed for a while, and then finally it's decided that one is better than the others. So this is an example of how the team is constantly trying to improve as the game is being developed. I did mention uh, at the beginning of this video that there is a card game in development. These are the packs of cards, and this is some of the card art that's being worked on right now. And here are the different packs. Um, Two of these have not yet minted yet. These are fungible tokens, and they get redeemed for 6 cards. Um, you can get these on the secondary market. I do have a bunch of these packs. This is a big mint to look forward to. I have a feeling these are going to mint out very quickly. Anything, this community is very big on collectibles, even standalone art. So I would, if you want to get into the game, the card aspect of the game, you don't want to mess around with harvesting resources from a terraform. I think this is a good way to go. Look into the card packs. Some of them are on the secondary market, but there still are 2 mints left to go. Here is what the general gameplay will look like for this card game. The creator Chris has told me this will have a feel similar to Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone. There also will be the in-game avatars involved in this. The avatars are minting now, and we'll get to that next. Epic Wars is one of the other games. Eradication, first-person shooter game. Again, avatars are here, and here are the avatars. Avatars are called citizens. This is a verified project on CNFT tools, OpenCNFT. You could search for them. They are minting now. You could mint these with ADA, or you can mint them in RAD tokens. Very interesting, right? You get to actually use these RAD tokens before the game has launched. This is a quick outline of the different attributes to look for. But as is often the case when NFT collection is available on the secondary market, while the mint is still open, there are lots of deals to be had on the secondary market. Um, I think some of the more rare citizens are not selling for enough money on the secondary market if you're into sniping. Or you could pick one up at the floor below the mint price. If you're a little bit of a gambler and you want to mint just to see what you're going to get, the mint is open. Go for it. I think it's 90 ADA. I'm not sure how many RAD tokens. I think it was 100,000 RAD tokens. Up to you. Here is the full rarity chart. And it's nice to see this. Alpha Gold Drone. This is one of the two or three most rare attributes when it comes to these citizens. I have four of these. I got super lucky minting this, and I bought off the secondary market when somebody priced one just completely the wrong price. Here we go. 2% chance of minting an alpha gold drone. 2% chance. On the secondary market, I see them for like three times the mint price. It's unbelievable. I don't know what some people are thinking. Why mint if you're going to basically give it away? I don't get it. But they're on the secondary market. Lastly, I want to mention the community. Uh, every project creator and NFT holder, especially have more than one, they'll tell you we have a strong community. We have such a strong community. We have such an active community. What does this mean? I have no idea. Because 95% of the time, if I ask, oh, what does your community do? They talk in Discord. And if you watch my videos, you will know that I'm just not that high on NFT projects. Over reliance on Discord interaction as a gauge for how well their project is put together and how enthusiastic the community is. A lot of people are not on Discord. A lot of people want to watch videos. Some people use Twitter all day at work and have never once set foot in Discord. So it's very easy for people to give up and abandon their Discords. And what I've noticed, this bear market is causing a lot of discords to go silent. Many discords will shut down completely, in my opinion. So this is where Cardania differentiates itself from the others. Yes, they have an active, organized Discord, lots of giveaways. There are games going on in there. They talk about all different projects. It's not only Cardania. It's not these bizarre Twitter raids. It's just talking about NFTs, talking about gaming, playing games, and what I really want to talk about is the marble races. The marble races are fun. They take place outside Discord, right there. They stream on Twitch every Friday night for as long as I can remember, and they involve NFT giveaways. Sometimes the giveaways are outstanding. You have a chance to win maybe a Terraform or a limited edition Aeonium Sky NFT, which is great. That's what people are mainly going for. I was in a marble races a couple weeks ago, and they were giving away prismatic lands. There were only 250 of these, and they gave out a bunch. So you have a chance to win all these different prizes. And besides that, um, there's a lot of chat going on, people sharing information about NFTs. There's the weekly Cardano blockchain news being read. Chris, the founder, hosts. He's a great host. Um, all the upcoming developments get teased. There are lots of hints. Sometimes you find out things that nobody else knows, even if they're in the Discord all the time chatting. So um, I would recommend at least once check out these Twitch marble races. All you need to qualify to win a prize is one Cardania asset. Could be one rad token, right? These are like a penny, less than a penny. Get one, join the marble races. You could win an NFT potentially worth like thousands of ADA on the secondary market. So jump into those, join, and yeah, hopefully this video was a good overview and I was able to summarize the highlights of the rad paper for you. Reading this, yeah, it's a 40-page document. Reading the whole rad paper took me all about 15 minutes. So it's worth it. When things are organized, the information just connects with the reader, and you'll know, is this project for me? Do I want metaverse exposure with my NFT collection? Do I want to read this and then just keep an eye on it for a couple months? Do I just love minting, and do I want to stay on top of the mints? They've got an open mint now and more mints coming up. And most of all, are you going to play blockchain games? Are you? I'm not a big gamer. I plan on playing. I've already played some demos. So this is a great project if you fit those categories. This is a great community, a strong community, right? Everyone says that about their community. But really, this is a community that has kind of um, stuck with the project, even though for long periods of time there was not that much going on, right? They were waiting for mints, or some mints were open that didn't sell out. Hasn't affected the project. This this team seems to be just humming along. Creator Chris is putting himself out there, doing interviews, doing the marble races, releasing his own YouTube videos with updates. And I really think that this project is going to withstand the bear market. The community is definitely going to withstand the bear market, and I'll be right there. I will probably cover this several more times. But if you want to go back and look at what I've already done, like I mentioned before, all the links are in the description. Hopefully, you like this video. Would appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.